Hey guys, Happy Elizabeth here with a tutorial on how I did my Peruvian blowout model hair. Y'all see my inches? Y'all better feel the pressure. The first thing I did was I went through with 30-second glue, Morning Glory, and one cap. People do not understand this part. This part is very, very important. You have to mold your hair. A lot of people do not understand how important molding your hair is before you put on the quick weave. You cannot mold your hair with gel. Don't mold your hair with gel. Mold it down with the Morning Glory so that you won't lose hair. With this blowout style, I'm going to do a leave out with it. And I'm going to go in with my model hair. And I'm going to use the 18-inch. I am in love with this hair. If you want to hear my review about this hair, I will leave the link down below, so go ahead down the description box and click the link and it will take you straight to my review about this hair. First thing first, I'm going to measure out where I'm going to cut off the track because that's how I usually do it. You want to measure it out first and then I'm going to cut it. That track is way too long, you need to cut it. Okay, I'm going to go back to serious mode. And then I'm going to go in with the glue, and one thing you need to learn is not to put too much glue on the track because that's how you will lose hair, people. Alright, this is where people get it twisted. Before you put the glue, you want to make sure y'all see this extra right here. It's like, oh, it's not in focus. There you go. It's like a train track. Now if you turn it around, you're not going to see the train track. So you want to make sure that the glue is where the train track is, you know, more, I guess you can call it visible. So make sure you put your glue on this side, because if you do on this side, your weave is going to be put on backwards. You don't want it. It's going to look really disgusting and it's just not going to look right. So remember that. So I'm halfway done with the hair. Girl, turn around, let me see it. Let me see it. You see how full this hair is? That's how much I love it. This is my first time trying it and I love it. 18-inch, 2 bundles, did all that. I'm going to go in with a 16-inch and remind you that I only used one 16-inch, which was really, really surprising for me. I'm going to go in with the 16-inch and I'm going to start by the back, of course, moving it forward to the front. You want to make sure when you put the track on to the cap that you're pressing down. You have to press down because when you get to the part where you have to cut out the cap so you can leave your leave out, take your leave out, you want to make sure that the cap is stabilized by the glue, because if you don't do that, your entire hair or your track or your cap, whatever you want to call it, is going to move. So this part right here, I made sure that the track was stabilized by the glue and nothing will move, because once I start cutting it, once I start cutting it, my track and the cap, the hair itself, won't move. If you don't do this part correctly, your hair will not come out right, okay? Everything's going to move. Seriously, listen to that part. So my leave out is officially out. You get it? Leave out, officially out. And from this side, I am going to press down on it and curve it around. I am going to curve it around, like I said before. Curve it, because that empty spot right there is where I'm going to put my closure. And you want to make sure that you press down so when you comb it out, the track doesn't come off, okay? So since I did that, it's time for me to add my closure. This is how the closure looks like. What I'm going to do, that netted part, since I'm not sewing my hair in, I'm actually gluing it in, I will be cutting the netted part. You want to make sure that you cut the netted part, not the hair. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. That netted way too bad, you need to cut. Okay, I'm done. So this is how it looks after I cut off that netted area. And once I do that, I'm going to add on the glue to it. You want to make sure you put a little bit, but enough. Don't put too much glue, because if you put too much glue, it's going to be hard for you to take it out once it's time for you to remove the hair, and that's how you lose hair. It causes hair loss if you put too much. Now that I apply the glue, I'm going to press it down. You can either blow dry it out, or you can use a hot flat iron to press it down to make sure that it holds. But the glue is 30 seconds, so it sticks completely after 30 seconds. And this is how it's going to look. The closure looks complete. It looks beautiful. I love this closure. It wasn't what I expected, but I worked with it. It's beautiful. I really love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little leftover right there. I'm going to cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. But when you cut it, make sure you don't cut off your edges, guys. I was so scared. I thought I went edgeless, if that's a word. I don't want to be edgeless. We want to be team with edges, not edgeless. So I'm going to cut it, cut it, cut it. And this is how the hair came out. It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. It's easy to comb through. It looks natural. I love the texture. I love everything about this hair. Once again, if you want to hear my review on the hair, once again, I'll be leaving the link to the review on the hair down below in my description box. So feel free to click down below and it'll take you straight to that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flat iron the leave out part. One thing I am going to mention is don't touch the weave, okay? Flat iron your natural hair because the weave is supposed to be a blowout texture. If you touch the weave, in my opinion, it looks disgusting. So just flat iron your natural hair. And you're going to slay with it because it's going to look like it's blowout. Especially if you are going natural like I am. Now is my favorite part of the video. It's called slaying them edges, girl. You got to slay them edges. I used the beeswax edges. I think it's called edges wax. I'm going to go in with a toothbrush. You have to use a toothbrush, okay? Your toothbrush is your best friend. Slay them edges with the toothbrush. Slay it nice and slay it with love. After you show your edges some TLC, you have to blend in the hair. I did a big mistake flat ironing my natural hair along with the weave itself because the weave is a blowout texture, and that's how it's going to look like if you touch a flat iron with it. I mean, you can straighten it, but that's just how it's going to look like. And here's the outcome. I love this hair. Once again, the review is down my description box, so click it. I hope you guys enjoy. Once again, thumbs up to this video. Subscribe. Thank you, guys.